Hi, welcome to the video, and today I'm going to give you the bull case for Dogecoin, and this is not a joke, this is not a drill. I think Dogecoin has a real good shot of becoming a legitimate cryptocurrency. I know a lot of people still hear it and think it's a joke or a meme, but there are a couple of reasons that I'm going to walk you through about why this is serious. And I'm not saying you should consider investing right now. I'm not saying it's a good buying opportunity. I just think this has a really good chance of being here to stay, better than a lot of other altcoins. So the first reason I think Dogecoin is serious is because of this market cap. Here we see the top 5 currencies by market cap. We have Bitcoin at about $700 billion. This is down from its highs of over $1 trillion. Second, we have Ethereum. 3, we have Cardano. 4, we have Binance Coin. And number 5, we have Dogecoin. Now, one of the reasons people worry about Bitcoin is it's about adoption. How many people actually believe in it? And the more people that believe in it, the more likely it has a chance of being here to stay, of being actually a legitimate or more widespread use type of currency or store of value. Adoption is a big key of all cryptocurrencies. And with Dogecoin at number 5 market cap of $44 billion, adoption is quite high. Now, this comes into one of the main issues is that there's a small handful of people that hold a majority of the Dogecoin market cap, and that is an issue. But if you talk to, let's say, 10 people, I would say more than 5 now, or if not most of them, will actually know about Dogecoin. And a good chunk of them actually own Dogecoin now, whether that's as a joke, whether that's as an investment opportunity. This market cap proves it makes it legitimate. The reality is, if something starts as a joke, that's fine. But once you reach $44 or $45 billion, you can't really ignore it anymore. And once people actually are starting to use it with this amount of value floating around, Doge is being used for transactions. So this is a huge point for Doge. Now, the number two reason is Elon Musk's support. Now, this is a really big one. And recently, really interesting, we might have found Elon Musk's wallet. We'll dive into it in this article below. But Elon says that he hasn't and won't sell any Dogecoin. And that's a very big deal. Elon is arguably one of the most well-known crypto lovers, just people and celebrities, just well-known people in the world, and one of the richest people in the world. Right now, I think he's at number 2 or 3, but once Tesla stock comes up, which I think it will, he will probably be number 1 again. And having the richest person in the world support your coin has a lot of value, and it lends it a lot of legitimacy. Here is the tweet where he confirms it. Dave Lee on investing. I would highly recommend you check out his channel. I love his work. To clarify, I don't think Elon would ever sell any of his Doge holdings. He's the ultimate hodler. Yes, I haven't and won't sell any Doge. The wallet we're looking at, this is the wallet that people have in question. And if you don't know much about cryptocurrency, or if you're new to the space, what is really great about it is its transparency. So you can actually search up and see people's wallets and all of the transactions that have been going on to and from this wallet. And here we see this person has 36 billion, over 36 billion Dogecoins. And that comes out to be, at its current value, just about $2 billion. And here we can see people actually sending this account money, a lot of trolley amounts, like a lot of 420s. I think I saw some 69s. It's just mostly 420s. And a lot of people suspect that this is Elon's wallet. And I also think that there's a high probability this is Elon's wallet because, number one, how many people have $2 billion to spend? Now, there's a decent amount of billionaires. To spend $2 billion on a Dogecoin, that cannot just be your net worth. You can't be worth $2 billion and spend $2 billion on Doge. You would have to be worth at least 20, 30, 40 billion dollars to responsibly put this much in Doge. So Elon is at that level where he could afford to essentially YOLO this amount into this account. And also, how many people have been this vocal about their support of Doge? Nobody quite like Elon. So this is a good chance that it's Elon's. And yeah, that's a big investment. That's a big leap of faith. And if you know anything about Elon Musk is a jokester. He loves memes. He loves jokes. He is very, very serious about jokes. And I really mean that. So when you look at his Twitter feed, a lot of people get confused because it's like, what is he doing? But once you understand that this is a man that truly loves and appreciates comedy, that's also why he was on SNL. That's why he was so excited to be on it. I mean, you can say what you want about his performance, but clearly he's one of the busiest men in the world, and he put a lot of effort into putting on that show, into memorizing his lines. And yes, it was super cringy at times. This is what he's passionate about. And it's not as hard for me to tell when he's joking or when he's not. But also in his jokes, there are a lot of hints of truth. So he gets excited about things, and he's not afraid to show it. He's actually fairly transparent. So when he's talking about Doge, it sounds like a joke, but it's clearly bringing him a lot of joy. And here, I mean, this again really confirms it. There's no jokey term here. All of the previous tweets he's talked about in Doge, I can understand if you misunderstood it, but there is no joke here. He has a bunch and he's not going to sell it. So Elon is a huge, huge anchor to making sure Doge doesn't go anywhere. And it's still possible he might fail, but with Elon backing it, it's a lot harder that it would fail. I mean, just think about Elon's track record with all of the companies he started, from SpaceX to PayPal, to the Boring Company. It's essentially success after success after success. So if anyone wants to will something into being, Elon would be able to do it. And this goes straight into my third reason for why Doge could be one of the leading cryptocurrencies in the future. And that's because of the community. So I just want to talk a little bit about the community. So recently there's a guy called the Dogecoin Millionaire. He's out, and I would highly recommend you look into his talks. He's a really great advocate for Doge. Obviously, he's very, very biased. He owns a lot of Dogecoins. It has made him a millionaire. But what he likes to re-emphasize is that there's no other place quite like Doge. And you can see how much support and how much Doge's supporters actually believe in it by the recent little mini crash or correction, however you want to talk about it. Let's look at all the main coins. So Bitcoin says in the past 7 days, on average, it's down 20%. But actually, if you took the past 2 or 3 week average, it's probably down 40%, like 30 or 40%, way higher. But if you look at Ethereum, it's down 36%, Cardano down 31%, Binance Coin down over 45%, XRP 37%, Polkadot 49%, Internet Computer 45%. But Doge, this joke of a coin, this coin that has probably already made a bunch of people a lot of money, it's only down 31%. When you compare it to the other top 10 coins, it experienced the least amount of dip. And that's because the supporters of Doge are truly supporters of Doge. They have much more diamond hands because either they believe in it, or they believe in the quote unquote cause, or they like the joke. So seeing everything else dip in the 40s and Doge only dip in the 30s right now, that's a really big sign that there's something there. Recently, this crash is very, very scary, especially if you have just got into Bitcoin at 50 or even 60,000. I admittedly have bought some Bitcoin at 60,000. I am a long-term bull, but that's beside the point. But that would be terrifying. If I bought into Bitcoin at 60,000 and it's my first time investing into it, and I saw it go all the way down to the low 30s, I would probably even sell without having 10 years of investing experience that I do. That is terrifying, and I would definitely get out. For Doge investors, there's also a lot of newbie investors in Doge, probably more than Bitcoin, because Doge is, at least in the beginning, it was a pretty irresponsible investment, or not an investment, it's just a bet, just something you put in for fun. And I personally know a bunch of people that bought Doge for fun, from family members to friends to strangers. A lot of people bought Doge. So Doge has just as many newbies, if not more, than all the other coins, yet it dropped basically the least amount. Cardano dropped a little bit lower too. I think maybe Cardano investors are a little bit more knowledgeable, so it dropped a little bit less. And Cardano has a really rabid fan base too. But if you compare it to the rest of these top 8, top 9, top 10 coins, it's holding strong. And this is supposed to be the joke coin. And we can just go down the list, and yeah, everything is bleeding, and it follows very closely to the trajectory of Bitcoin, as you can see. And the final point I want to talk about is that they're developing it now. So there's an article I want to share. Here we go. Dogecoin's surging price has resurrected its technical development. So this was in February 2021, but this is what's going on now. Well, Dogecoin still is a meme, just a more expensive meme. Take Dogecoin's lead maintainer, Ross Nickel. His last commitment to the open source project on GitHub came in October 2019, but in the past 2 weeks, he's taken on a handful of new pull requests to make changes to Doge. So admittedly, the creators and people that worked on it, they did the bare minimum of work and just thought, hey, this is a joke. Let's just leave it as is. It's fine. But because of the newfound support of the coin and its growth, they're being called to work on it again to make it a better currency. And there is more pressure and energy than ever to make it much more better. So as he and 4 other Dogecoin developers take up the keyboard, they're tasked with updating a software whose last major release happened nearly 2 years ago, June 2019. Quote, people say it's a joke coin, but we're very careful to take care of the code. When it took off, there was a resurgence in attention, and we want to keep the currency operational. And Elon is actually also working with the Doge devs to improve system transaction efficiency. I guess this almost ties into my previous point of Elon's support. Doge will continue to evolve, and Elon is there to help. Now, one of the main issues that I do have with Doge, and I mentioned it earlier, is that one whale owns 28% of all Dogecoin, $28 billion worth. And also around 100 people control Doge's entire $46 billion market report. This is something Elon has complained about. He wants the people that own it at the top to just let go of it. So that's something Elon is worried about. It's something that I'm also worried about, because when so few people control so much of a cryptocurrency, they have too much power. And if Doge were to truly become a people's coin, it shouldn't be so centralized at a top select group of people. So this is definitely something, if you're invested into Doge, that you need to think about. But the same applies to a lot of other cryptocurrencies. I think this issue is a little bit bigger in Doge, but it doesn't not exist in other places. But yeah, that's a quick summary of the main reasons why I think Doge is here to stay. Of course, we also have this very cute dog. It's a great meme. It's a great meme. This is a great picture. It's funny. And I also worry, one more quick thing is how long is the funniness or the endearingness going to last? Because right now it's still associated a little bit with counterculture of just jokes, it's a younger crowd. But imagine in 10 or 20 years when all of us that are invested into Doge are like 40, 50, or 60 years old, is it going to be as cool as it is? Are there going to be newer memes and other newer meme coins that will replace it? I think that's also something we have to consider. It's really hard to know the future, especially in this space of cryptocurrency that has never ever been around before. We don't have anything to really compare it to. So for the people that think Doge is going to be around forever, I think that is also very arrogant, and you can't know that for sure. And that applies to every single thing we're invested in today. Like most investments, you have to weigh your probabilities. And right now, if I were a betting man, I think Doge has a very good chance of being around for at least the next 10 years. And it could very well increase in market cap until it's a top 3 or top 5 coin, especially at the rate and energy that it's growing. I will be talking more about cryptos and also showing you my journey into making more money. I actually also just recently bought a crypto miner, so I will be showing you my profits on that. I also have Pokemon card investments I want to talk about, just all different types of investments. Ultimately, I want to help you achieve financial freedom, and hopefully by sharing my journey to doing that, we can all learn something new. Please follow if you enjoyed this content. This is Green Knight Trading, or Squads Come Knights. Thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate you, and I'll see you soon.